The dawn of a new generation is here, a new civilization. It all began in the mountains and valleys of our plains, where the first of our kind was born by Mother Nature, the cradle of humankind. Ever since then, our species have thrived. We've learned how to speak, write, fly, and create new worlds. Our journey of civilization has taken us to many lands, beyond waters and far into the depth of space. Today, the force of evolution has taken us to the new path. Are we ready to take this leap? To go on this journey, we must return to our origins. As we enter a new epoch for our species, we must understand that the origin of mankind is literally its future. We are leading humanity to this next phase. This is an invitation to begin the journey of the next level of our technological progress, from where our civilization began. Introducing GEN4IR, accelerating our singularity future for development in Africa.
TAF's Global Summit for 2022 will be held at the beautiful Sun City Resort in the Northwest Province of South Africa. It brings together delegates and speakers from various parts of the world who will come and share their experience and expertise and help to come up with collaborative solutions between academia, private and public institutions.
Now, at this summit, first, you will learn about the exponential technologies in communications and information, robotics, artificial intelligence, nanotech, and much more that are going to allow entrepreneurs and reformers in Africa to transform their economies, their institutions, and their whole societies. Second, you are going to be able to meet and talk with those reformers, the intellectuals, and the entrepreneurs who are going to create this transformation. And third, you can be part of the transformation yourself at this conference. You will be engaged. You will see what the future of Africa can be and should be if we unleash the creative intelligence and power of South Africans and people in all African countries.
We have to move along with the moving times. And if you're really concerned about the future of humanity and what we can do in order to change it or make it better for ourselves and for the coming generation, you have to be there. I'll be there 23rd and 24th of March 2022, Sun City, South Africa.
I'm glad that no matter what, we can organize this special event in Sun City, and hope to see you soon, guys. Please check our website, our social media. We are working for you day by day to get together the prominent names all around the world, from biotech, longevity industry, eVTOL, flying car market, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence as well.
Futurists, transhumanists, singularitarians, longevity scientists, industry pioneers will converge to produce ideas that will inspire projects that will drive the fourth industrial revolution. TAFS is a gateway in and out of Africa. We have been connecting governments, companies, organizations, policymakers and entrepreneurs to come together to think, create and build the future of our species. This summit is a futurecast. It features everything from education, blockchain solutions, smart cities, medicine, life extension, amongst many others. Become part of the minds that will fashion the next generation of the fourth industrial revolution. It begins here. Welcome to Sun City. Hello and welcome to another edition of Future Discussions podcast. As our technology grows and becomes sophisticated and ubiquitous at the same time, there appears to be some kind of collateral liability that comes with it, and that is the issue of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has privacy has been something that is very important to humans, right from the dawn of humanity when we still naked apes, up until now when we have smart homes and buildings and great technology artifacts. But it's not just that because of our technology, our privacy has become something that can be relinquished, or security has become something that can be messed with. It has become actually a real menacing problem that needs urgent solution. And as we as we continue to develop our technology, the consciousness of cybersecurity became even more prevalent, became even more important to note, more pertinent as we entered the Web 2.0. And this is when we started witnessing companies, huge companies like Google, platforms, who now started to amass huge amounts of data and started using them. But at the same time, we got fidgeted, and then we got serious that cybersecurity is actually a huge issue. And now companies, governments, institutions, organizations have become targets of cyber attacks. The new form of warfare, even what we see happening in Ukraine and and Russia now, it's not just military tanks that are going out there, but it's the issue of cybersecurity, and it has become the new form of warfare. Now, it's important that we have people who come on board to educate us and empower us on how to how to manage this kind of new reality that we have on board. Generation 4IR is TAV's mission, preparing the new generation for the fourth industrial revolution to take on the challenges that that we have at the moment and the challenges that we're going to be facing in the future. And it's with great pleasure that I would like to welcome an eminent mind and an extraordinary cybersecurity expert and educator in the person of Jaizal Ali, who will be educating us and who will be empowering us with the knowledge that is required to manage this issue of cybersecurity come the summit that is happening this month. Yes, this month in Rustenburg, South Africa. So, Ali is a cybersecurity expert. He's an educator. He has been carrying out frequent pioneering initiatives, empowering communities, and strengthening the cybersecurity platform in India. He's the founder of RedTeam Hacker Academy, and it's a leading cybersecurity and future technology training company that is based in the south of South Africa. So it's with great pleasure that I'd like to welcome you, Jaizal Ali, to Future Discussion on the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure too. Thank you so much, Hugo, to inviting for me to this podcast, and specifically for the GEN4IR event, which is to be happening in South Africa. Much excited to see you all there to share the insights. And as you mentioned, it's the right time for us to discuss cybersecurity, as we all are witnessing the cyber incidents across the globe, whether either it for geopolitical cases, or maybe into the companies, or maybe into the human itself, into the privacy. So myself, Jaizal Ali, I'm into the cybersecurity for almost 6 years, and I'm the proud founder of RedTeam Hacker Academy, where we educate people on cybersecurity, and where we develop this cybersecurity capabilities for the professionals and the students. Also, I'm a cybersecurity consultant. We do a lot of engagement for the governments and public and private entities when it comes to the cybersecurity consulting, security assessments, and we do training across various verticals in cybersecurity. So for GEN4IR, it's my pleasure to be here right now to give you a brief or a sum up of what I will be delivering for the session, what to expect and what not to expect from the talk, especially on the event at Sun City.
Yes.
So it's like cybersecurity, it's a broader term, and it needs a lot of time maybe to discuss at least the peripheral insight about the technology, about the policies about the recent innovations or recent, what we call recent incidents in the cyberspace. Uh, Connecting the cybersecurity into a sort of digital transformation. That's what the human are more into in nowadays and very near future. Every cities are going to be smart cities. Every governments are trying to digitalize their services, and we as a human are more into living our digital life more than a physical life nowadays, especially after the COVID scenarios. So cybersecurity, when we talk about the digital transformations, cybersecurity as an essential thing to do or to architect. That when it comes to the traditional approaches into cybersecurity, where we do have a peripheral security defenses in place, and we try to protect our data from the threat actors. My session on Sun City will be specifically into a zero trust architecture, visibility beyond endpoints. Nowadays, as you all know, we are living on a digital life, and every corporates or every organizations try to deliver the productivity through digital platforms. Nowadays, people working from across the globe connected between and doing their work, and the companies delivering the projects. Either it's a kind of government initiatives for the digital transformations, everything is happening on a hybrid environment. Now, zero trust architecture is something the industry is discussing for last 5 years. It's like never trust anyone, verify always. Yeah, so it's like never ever trust any device or any people on the network, on the network, but always verify. The same architecture, I will be explaining how the least, giving the least privilege to anyone onto the network or anyone into the connectivity. The need for the least privileges is very essentials nowadays. Also, we all know that due to the geopolitical issues, or maybe due to the adversary plans or adversary initiatives, every endpoints or every companies should plan for the worst cases, like what will happen if your organization got hacked, what will happen if your personal devices got hacked, what will be the you should plan or onto a sort of digital transformation uh, strategies. Always plan for the worst when it comes to the security. So I will be explaining how the things will be, how you can prepare well for the worst case scenarios. It's like nowadays industry talks a lot about assumed breach model, where every organization should consider cybersecurity as like they are already breached from an external intruders. So these will be the points. These will be the essentials dots I will be connecting through, and I will be explaining on the digital transformations and cybersecurity, and the role for the zero trust architecture environments.
Okay, awesome. It's very interesting because the question of cybersecurity is something that a lot of people hear about it, and but it appears that to some people they don't even know when they are victims of this kind of cybersecurity attacks, because some of them happen, so subtly, like it happens at a very subtle level that is unnoticeable. And it's something as simply as when you click a link, when you give out your information on the internet without even you taking notice. So talk to us about how serious this is. But before you talk about that, talk to us about your work as at Red Team Hacker Academy. What kind of a work do you do? Do you help organizations achieve? How do you go about educating organizations and institutions on how to set up structures in place in order to have the cybersecurity, very firm cybersecurity measures in place to curtail the attacks of, you know, cyber attackers?
Interesting. We do. Let me share my personal journey. I started into the technology from my schooling age, and after my higher secondary schooling, I went to the nearby cities and travel a lot to explore the technical people, to connect with the technical people, to learn much more about these technologies. After my graduation and a few years into the technical support, I tried to establish my firm into cybersecurity. That's RedTeam Hacker Academy, where we simulate the real world attacks. We teach the students on how to hack into the things, but on an ethical way. It's like we teach the students on how the offensive security approaches works out there. We developed our own controlled environment. We curated our own cloud-based labs for the students, where they will be developing their skill set into the area of hacking. On the same space, we will teach them how to defend, and almost like our hundreds of alumni works with the big giant companies, or the big four companies, as the ethical hackers, security consultants, security engineers, who actively do the security audits, security assessments, penetration testing, or cyber defense. It's very serious issue nowadays that every organizations, earlier it was like, I mean, only a thought after something happens in an organization. Nowadays it's like the governments, the organizations come up with the cybersecurity on its first priorities. So nowadays, the industries spends a lot in cybersecurity to prevent their customer data, to protect their customer data, to protect their sensitive informations or sensitive data across. And as you asked, when it comes to the privacy, it's a very serious issue nowadays. It's like many of the cases, or maybe thousands of cyber uh, cases, are not actually noticed onto the cyber policing or anywhere. It's like people hack into someone's privacy, and those people are not ready to file those complaints against the legal authorities. A lot of things happening across the globe. When it comes to the organizations and governments, it's like a mandate nowadays to follow the cyber hygiene, the cyber practices, the cyber security practices, the best practices. There are several laws initiated by several countries to protect their citizens' privacy, and to protect the organizations in that countries.
Interesting. I know. I love the part like you talked about the kind of work that you do at Red Team Hacker Academy, or how you're empowering students with these cybersecurity skills, through ethical hacking trainings and all of that. No, and it seems to me that this is a very useful skill that will be very useful with the students down in South Africa, because we are doing this pilot project, this curriculum of futures studies education, that is widespread across, that affects all the questions that has to do with the future, the possible futures that students will be facing, and actually the world that we are going into is going to be facing with emerging and convergent technologies that are coming into place, and cybersecurity I think is a very crucial. It stands at the center point of all of this, at the center of all of this, and it's something that we would love to invite you to be a contributor to that curriculum and the books and the volumes that we'll be putting out in order to help the students to train. Of course, that's the reason why we are leveraging on your expert knowledge and the experience in this area of cybersecurity. It's something I think that is very important because irrespective of how sophisticated your technology is, if you don't have a security architecture and a knowledge architecture backing that security system, it's gonna be as weak as its weakest link, you know. So, and this is why we're really pleased and honored to have you at South Africa by the end of this month, 24th and the 25th. So, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for accepting the invitation. So, guys, you've had it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you've had it all. This is Jaizal Ali, and he's a cybersecurity educator and expert, and the founder of RedTeam Hacker Academy. And he will be there live in Rustenburg, Sun City, South Africa, 24th and 25th of this month, where we will be empowering the not only students and young people, but we will be empowering the whole ecosystem on industrial architecture and system of South Africa. Policymakers will be there, transhumanist, singularitarian, cybersecurity experts will be there, and a lot of the people who make the decisions for what runs the society will be there. So you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out. I enjoin you, head onto our website, GEN4IR.org, and get your ticket. If you are not able to attend, you can get a ticket for your colleagues or your friends. This is an important, what I think is one of the greatest and the biggest, most important technology and business summits that will be happening across the globe and in Africa in 2022. So thank you so much, Jaizal Ali, for coming on board, and we'll look forward to seeing you in South Africa by the 21st. Thank you so much.
Looking forward. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. So, guys, we are still in this series where we are conducting these interviews with the great minds that will be gracing the occasion, and so we invite you to register and to be with us come 24th and 25th of September. So, until next time, take care, my guys.
The dawn of a new generation is here, a new civilization. It all began in the mountains and valleys of our plains, where the first of our kind was born by Mother Nature, the cradle of humankind. Ever since then, our species have thrived. We've learned how to speak, write, fly, and create new worlds. Our journey of civilization has taken us to many lands, beyond waters and far into the depth of space. Today, the force of evolution has taken us to the new path. Are we ready to take this leap? To go on this journey, we must return to our origins. As we enter a new epoch for our species, we must understand that the origin of mankind is literally its future. We are leading humanity to this next phase. This is an invitation to begin the journey of the next level of our technological progress, from where our civilization began. Introducing GEN4IR, accelerating our singularity future for development in Africa.
TEF's Global Summit for 2022 will be held at the beautiful Sun City Resort in the Northwest Province of South Africa. It brings together delegates and speakers from various parts of the world who will come and share their experience and expertise and help to come up with collaborative solutions between academia, private and public institutions.
Now, at this summit, first, you will learn about the exponential technologies in communications and information, robotics, artificial intelligence, nanotech, and much more that are going to allow entrepreneurs and reformers in Africa to transform their economies, their institutions, and their whole societies. Second, you are going to be able to meet and talk with those reformers, the intellectuals, and the entrepreneurs who are going to create this transformation. And third, you can be part of the transformation yourself at this conference. You will be engaged. You will see what the future of Africa can be and should be if we unleash the creative intelligence and power of South Africans and people in all African countries.
We have to move along with the moving times. And if you're really concerned about the future of humanity and what we can do in order to change it or make it better for ourselves and for the coming generation, you have to be there. I'll be there 23rd and 24th of March 2022, Sun City, South Africa.
I'm glad that no matter what, we can organize this special event in Sun City, and hope to see you soon, guys. Please check our website, our social media. We are working for you day by day to get together the prominent names all around the world, from biotech, longevity industry, eVTOL, flying car market, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence as well.
Futurists, transhumanists, singularitarians, longevity scientists, industry pioneers will converge to produce ideas that will inspire projects that will drive the fourth industrial revolution. TAVS is a gateway in and out of Africa. We have been connecting governments, companies, organizations, policymakers and entrepreneurs to come together to think, create and build the future of our species. This summit is a futurecast. It features everything from education, blockchain solutions, smart cities, medicine, life extension, amongst many others. Become part of the minds that will fashion the next generation of the fourth industrial revolution. It begins here. Welcome to Sun City.